Hey guys, welcome back to Glimpses Clarity. This is our second podcast. Today we're going to be talking about bullying, our experiences, our opinions, kind of how it shaped us, shaped me at least. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but your side, but
Yeah.
everybody was bullied. So I'm going to talk about my experiences at least.
Yeah, and then we're just going to kind of talk about things that stem from bullying, whether that be online, social media, and just talking about all things that are about that.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know about this. It's a Netflix original film. I think it is, right?
Yeah, and it was from a while ago.
Social Dilemma. If you guys haven't seen Social Dilemma on Netflix, go watch it. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's mind-opening.
Yeah. It freaks me out. Honestly, that's probably one of the reasons why we don't see ourselves doing social media forever.
I see myself doing social media forever. What?
Maybe we got to talk about that one day.
Well, it might not be like, I don't know, the type of content we're doing right now, but I feel like we'll always grow up.
Yeah.
With the internet, like even if we're behind the scenes of certain stuff.
Yeah. Just moral of the story. Social media is like one of the most toxic places anybody can ever visit, even though it's not real. It's like not a real place. It's fake. But not everything on social media is fake. I don't know how to explain it.
We'll get into that. But anyway, we're just going to be talking about bullying, whether it's from school or online. Bullying, you guys know, is like making threats, whether it be physically or verbally. Also like spreading rumors and stuff like that. And then there's the cyberbullying, which is the online version of that, which is like hateful comments.
What you see every single day on social media, whether it be Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, I feel like TikTok is one of the worst places.
Twitter, TikTok, I would say that they're kind of the same.
No, I think TikTok is way worse than Twitter. Really? I feel like Twitter is more, if you're into politics, that's where you need to be. But TikTok is just like, they will rip apart anything. Yeah. Like anything at all. So it's just really bad for young kids. I feel like to grow up on it, it really stresses me out, especially for our future kids.
Yeah, like we were actually talking about this yesterday or the day before. Like it's so hard because social media is our job. Like that's what we do.
And we love it. Don't get us wrong. We absolutely love it.
Yeah. We show pretty much almost everything that we do on social media, but some things like are meant to be private, obviously. And I don't know. I just don't want our kid to grow up on social media because there are just so many random people on the internet.
And then they're going to nitpick every little thing
everything that we do. Like as parents, like you've seen on TikTok, there's so many people like, oh, I can't believe you let your daughter do that. I can't believe you let your son do that. This is awful. Like my dad and my mom did this, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So annoying. And I hate people on the internet.
No, we hate the people who like are intentionally trying to hurt somebody else. There is criticism, good criticism that you can do, but sometimes it's just mean. Like there's no reason to be posting what they're posting. So a place that I also try to avoid is Facebook, like viral posts on Facebook or whatever, because people just want to tear everyone down. It's so sad. And I feel like you can't escape it. Like it's going to be everywhere.
Oh, no. I mean,
even in a workplace, I feel like too.
Just about to say at like a grocery store or like outlet malls or just malls in general, just people being rude to.
That's not really bullying though. That's just people being rude.
I could think people are going to bully people at like.
Bullying is like when it's repeated over and over.
Yeah, I guess so.
Which I mean, I guess TikTok comments aren't really. They can be bullying if it's over the same topic and multiple people are talking about it. Like, I don't know. First person came to mind was like Charlie D'Amelio. I feel like she's constantly bullied over the same jokes or whatnot. So anyway, it's just people wonder why our younger children are starting to be depressed and anxious and whatnot, but it truly is because of the internet.
Yeah, you guys have to watch Social Dilemma. They go into all like the statistics and everything. And actually we have some pulled up on our computer right in front of us. It's actually crazy.
It's not on here. It was on a different thing. It was
Never
about
mind.
how like 150% the suicide rate among
like 14-year-old girls or something.
Young teen girls has gone up by 150%.
Like the suicide rate.
And it has to be because of the internet.
It has to. I mean, again, I haven't seen this film in a long time, so we actually should probably watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
But they go into detail and how like the Facebook creators, they whenever the like button first came up in Facebook, they thought it was just like, oh yeah, it wasn't supposed to be like, ooh, I want to get the most amount of likes. It was just to show your friends that like liked your post. And then it got into a game.
Yeah, now that's like all people think about is, oh, I only got 3 likes on that, or oh my gosh, I got 500 likes on that. I'm gonna keep doing that. Or, you know, it's just, yeah, it wasn't intended to be how it is now. It's just crazy how the internet has evolved so much.
Scary.
But yeah, one thing that really gets to me is that like boys and girls are exposed to what is seen as a society as beautiful. I did air quotes, by the way, of what the society thinks is beautiful. So these young kids are exposed to that at such a young age because they have it at their fingertips.
I mean, so I'm going to kind of go off track, but it's still on track at the same time. So whenever we were in middle school, like I'm 22, Madeline's 24. Whenever we were in middle school,
23 actually. Oh, you're not even 22 yet.
20.
Oh, yeah. Maybe by the time this is up,
we'll be 22 and 24. Our birthdays are coming up. Anyways, whenever we were in middle school, like we don't dress like the TikTok boys or the TikTok girls, like Visco girls or whatever. Whenever we were in middle school, we were, I guess I'm also doing air quotes, normal looking middle schoolers. We weren't trying to be like glammed out at such a young age.
We were trying to be like Hannah Montana.
We were kids. We were trying to be kids, not like we weren't middle schoolers trying to look like adults.
Like TikTok stars or whatnot.
Like, have you guys ever gone on Instagram and be like, oh my God, she's like 14. She looks like she's 24. It looks like she could pass as 24 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy what clothes can do for sure.
Wait, sorry. I'm so sorry that I keep on interrupting you. But where I was going with that is like, it's all visual, like for social media, for 14-year-old girls to be like, I'm not pretty enough and I want to look like that 23-year-old girl on Instagram or on YouTube or on TikTok, whatever.
They're not idolizing 14-year-olds. They're idolizing adults.
Yeah, exactly.
And they should be, I mean, like, we probably have so many young viewers watching us right now, and that is exactly why we do what we do and why we dress the way we dress or the things that we post, is we just want to show a normal lifestyle to these young people, because you don't have to have this luxury life, or you don't have to, I don't even know.
You don't have to flex everything too. I will say, like, a bunch of social media, like people on social media will flex. Like, that is the place to flex. That's the place to show, oh, look what I have. Look at all these cool things that I have. When in reality, you're struggling with so many other things that it's ridiculous. And I wish more people would post real things on social media rather than saying, oh, look at this brand new car that I got. Look at this brand new,
and it's probably,
I don't know, Gucci sweater.
It has to be exhausting for these social media stars, because it's not all rainbows and butterflies, you guys. It's really not. And like, I know that they're probably having their own struggles in life, but they have to have this picture perfect life because that's what their followers want to see. And I feel like a lot of people do that because they think people want to use the internet as an escape from their real reality. So they want to watch this super cool me surprising my wife with a Range Rover or Tesla or whatever. And then I feel like that just as a viewer would make me feel more bad. I'm like, well, I want to surprise my wife with a Tesla, or I want to be surprised with a Tesla. So I just feel like we're in a never ending cycle of, we don't know what people want to see. Like, do people want to see us crying and at our raw state? Probably not, but that's just real life. So I don't know, you guys. It's just a never ending cycle. And
we're not saying that like we don't post like only the bad times. Like we obviously post stuff where it's like, oh, look at us. Like we're going to do something. I don't know. We also want to post the good stuff in our life, but most of the time we show like our true selves, I think.
Mm-hmm. We're not all hyped up and woohoo, yeah.
Life is so great. Like,
yeah. I mean, life is great.
Life is great. But not all the time. And that's what people need to know on social media. Like they don't need to post everything is so good, because it's not.
Yeah, I feel like this has kind of turned into a like, this is why not everybody, but this is why depression, anxiety has been at an all-time high recently, especially with COVID and whatnot, everyone being quarantined inside. We kind of got off the topic of bullying.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like it just all kind of like goes together, like with TikTok, people being hateful in comments, and Facebook. Like I just don't understand why some people think that they have to put in their opinion on something. I get it. If someone's being harmed or whatever, or if like, remember that girl who threw that turtle or tortoise in the water?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, she was trying to help the tortoise. I think it was a tortoise. Are they the ones that can't swim?
I think tortoises can swim. I think.
No, I thought they couldn't.
I don't know. Somebody fact check me.
I think it was a tortoise. Anyway, She was like, oh, I'm going to bring him back to home, and threw him in the water. And it actually, they think it obviously drowned, because whatever type of turtle it was, they can't swim. So obviously people were commenting on there, giving her some good criticism.
Yeah. And then some people are saying, you're so stupid. How come you didn't know that? Like, it's obviously going to die. Like,
yeah,
she probably knows that now. You don't have to be so mean to her.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about though. Like I get that kind of like putting your opinion in, like, hey, you need to know what type of turtles you're putting in the water because some can't swim or whatever. But there also are the people that will share a great video of a kid laughing or whatever, and then these people have to turn it into something that it's not. Mm-hmm. And it's just so infuriating, because then I feel like it ruins the video for me. I'm like, oh, this was so funny. Like, I love this video. And then I go read the comments on TikTok, and
there's so many evil comments on there.
Yes. And I just don't get why people feel like they have to do that. Or like on Facebook today, somebody asked a question about a nail salon, and somebody had to put in their 2 cents about something that had nothing to do with the nail salon. I'm like, that's not what they were asking.
That's one thing, though, that I do love to do is, like, whenever I feel, like, sad or something, like, I don't know, I'll go on Facebook and I'll read all these people that are angry. I'm like, why are you so angry? Like, I want to understand why people are so mad all of the time.
Yeah.
I don't get it. So whenever I'm sad, I go on Facebook and I read hate comments, and it makes me feel better, if I'm going to be completely honest, because I'm not as angry as them. Like, even though it is really sad, I wish everybody was happy.
Yeah, and there must have been things that went on in their life to make them the way that they are. And that's, again, where we're going to circle back to the bullying thing, because typically when someone is bullying somebody, it's because they have own hurt in their life.
Exactly.
So when these people are commenting on social media, hateful comments, it's most likely because they're either jealous, or you have something that they don't, which I guess kind of falls under jealous.
Yeah.
Or they just have something going on in their life and they want to put their hate, like for whatever situation is going on, towards somebody else. So always remember that in school. Say you are getting bullied or whatever, definitely tell an adult if it's getting like really, really out of hand, or say you are having like thoughts of not wanting to be here. Yeah. Definitely need to tell somebody about it. But also for your own sanity and your own self-esteem and whatnot, think about what could possibly going on in that bully's life, that
person's life. Like, what is going on? Like, what is, yeah. And you obviously don't have to get in their business and be like, hey, what's going on? Yeah. Like, just got to think about it, just put yourself in their shoes.
And if you are by chance the bully, also think about what is going on in that child's life that you are bullying, because you never know. They could be going to school and that could be their safe zone. And then they have to go home to another bully.
Yeah.
Say their parents. I don't know.
Siblings. I don't know.
Yeah. And so you never know what is going on in somebody's life. So moral of the story is just be kind.
Yeah.
Like, just be kind.
I don't understand why people just can't. I mean, I don't know.
There are certain situations where, yes, you can lose your cool, or if you need to speak up against somebody. I wouldn't be that kind in that situation, depending on what it is. But in retrospect or whatever, definitely that should be your number one thing, is to try to choose to be kind.
Yeah. So I'm not going to lie. Whenever we first started dating, I had like major anger issues. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was mad like 90% of the time. I don't know why, but I also think maturing comes with maturity.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. Like, I was always angry. I'm not angry. Like, yes, I'll get mad, but like the last time I was mad was a couple months ago, and it was something to be mad about. But
I don't know what you're talking about. I can see you're smiling at me. You don't have to say
I'll say it later. I was really, really, really mad. And like, it's okay to be mad sometimes, but not all the time. But when I was like 16, 17, kind of up until I was like 18, 19, I was an angry person. I always got mad at everything.
But I think you had your own struggles. You
I
had
did.
your own battles going on, and you didn't know where to put that emotion, and it just came out as anger towards other people.
That is true. Because when I was that age, I also didn't have my anxiety, depression medicine. It could be that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But once I got on anxiety medicine, I feel like, I'm not saying that's what cured me, quote unquote, cured me, but I was happier after I got my medicine.
And you're able to figure out who you are as a person. You were still in high school, dealing with high school drama and all that stuff going on. Now that you're out of that, you're able to be your own person.
Yeah. Because nobody knows who they are whenever they're 16 years old.
No.
Nobody does.
And
I still don't even know what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I'm almost 23.
Yeah.
22, I mean. Like, I don't know.
Dang, you're jumping the gun.
I know. I'm
He's been
confused.
saying, yeah, I'm 22, even though he doesn't turn 22 for a couple months, but he's getting himself prepared for it. Well, now you're skipping age 22.
I know, I'm skipping 22
You're
going on to
stressing
23.
me out. I feel like I'm going to forget your age.
You're about to be 25?
Well, no, oh my God. No, I feel like I'm gonna mess up your age when someone asks me.
Yeah.
But you were talking about something, and it made me think.
I was just talking about how I was an angry person.
And how you didn't know.
Anxiety medicine, depression medicine.
No, it was something else. It was about that you didn't know who you were, or you were fighting your own struggles. I'm so sorry, guys. I can't even. I'm trying to think of what it was. And if we were on a YouTube video, we would have just cut that out and then jumped back. If I think about it, I'll say it again later, but it was a good thought.
Yeah.
You could see it in my face if you're watching the video. Mm-hmm. I was like, dang it.
I want to kind of work my way into the mental health game, because up until I was 17 or 18 years old, I was like, their mental health is not a real thing. I was like one of those people who are like, if somebody said that they had anxiety, I was like, whatever, you're just nervous, get over it. I was so wrong. And I'm glad that I can actually admit that I was wrong about this, but mental health is like a real thing. Mm-hmm. So real. If you guys are having like anything, like any bad thoughts or anything, go talk to a doctor, go talk to somebody that you trust or love, anybody. And just go talk to them and be like, hey, I might need help.
Yeah, I feel like this is really all over the place, but that's kind of what our podcast is going to be. We're just going to be jumping from one thing to the next. It's kind of like a real conversation, honestly, because I feel like,
Michael.
Sorry, he's stepping all over our stuff.
I thought he just stopped recording. I was about to be so sad.
Well, Michael, if you're watching the video, you get to see Michael, man. Can you say hi?
Meow.
Say hello. You can't get on our computer. Sorry, guys.
Talk to somebody, because
it really does help. Like, I feel like it lifts off such a big weight on your shoulders once you tell somebody.
Yeah. So I have anxiety, and I honestly might have IBS. I'm not. This might be TMI, but I'm not 100% sure.
He's not diagnosed.
I'm not diagnosed with IBS, but I don't even know why I said that, because like that has nothing to do. Anyways, I have anxiety, and I take anxiety medicine every single day. And I kind of want to talk about my symptoms too, because like whenever I was,
we'll save that. We'll save that for an actual podcast about mental health.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we're going to get off of the mental health topic. We'll get into that in the future if you guys are interested in our thoughts and opinions on that. But I guess we need to talk about our bullying stories before.
Yeah. Do you want to do yours first, or do you want me to go?
You go ahead.
Okay. So some of you guys might not know this. But I mean, like growing up, I had like huge ears. I still kind of do, but like my ears were like kind of pulled out. If you're watching the video, you can see me. But yeah, my ears were kind of, they were big. I had big ears. Everybody called me Dumbo growing up. Moral of the story, I got bullied so much that I was like telling my parents, it's like, I don't want to go to school, blah, blah, blah. And I ended up getting surgery on my ears.
Did you say what age you were?
I can't even remember how old I was. Was I 15 or 16, maybe?
I think you got the surgery probably when you were about to turn 16. I think you were almost 16.
I had a procedure done called an otoplasty or an autoplasty. I can't remember. OTO.
But how long was the bullying? Like, was it throughout your whole childhood?
So long. I mean, ever since, I mean, it really didn't start until like intermediate middle school for me, but that's because kindergartners don't know what bullying is.
I was about to say, I feel like middle school is when people start picking up on that and picking up on the differences on certain kids, or you can tell by the way they dress, or I don't know. Yeah, I feel like middle school is definitely when bullying starts.
Yeah, so I had big ears, big old ears. People call me Dumbo all the time. They would like, oh, Steven could hear that from a mile away. I mean, it bothered me at the time, but now, like, I don't see any of those people ever anymore. So, like, it doesn't really matter. But I hated myself. I hated the way I looked, how I went to school every day. So I ended up getting surgery. And I'm glad I got the surgery. I like how I look better. But I don't think that solved all my problems. Like, I still have insecurities. Like, you just can't fix every insecurity that you have because I don't know.
Yeah,
but I like myself. Like,
it was still really cool of your parents to actually go through with that and realize.
I'm so lucky that my parents even considered helping me,
and that they realized, like, oh my gosh, this really is affecting him. We should probably do something about it. Yeah, so that's really awesome that your parents.
Forever grateful for my parents. Like,
yeah, because there's some kids who don't even have that. Like, I'm about to start crying.
Yeah,
I get so like.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm actually crying.
Some kids aren't as fortunate, and it really takes a toll on that person's life. I mean,
like, that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to choose being an educator or a teacher, because like there's so many of these kids. Like, the more I grew up, I realized they did not have anybody to go home to. And it's just so like sad to think about. Like, we see so many of our supporters
being bullied online.
Not online.
Not our supporters, but just seeing people.
Well, no, I'm talking about like I hear like stories from supporters all the time saying like, I have no one, I'm lonely, like whatever. I go to school, I have no friends, and then they come home and then their home life isn't that good, and it just hurts because you want to like scoop them up. Or even just like the kids in elementary school who don't even know yet that their lifestyle isn't everybody else's lifestyle. It's just really heartbreaking. And that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to be a teacher, is because I wanted to be that person, that adult figure that, say, a middle school girl can come and talk to me, or a middle school boy if they needed somebody. And it's just, I don't know. But are you done with your...
I forgot what I was talking about.
Your bullying story.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I got surgery. I'm really lucky. Like, to have the family that I grew up with. Like, and if you're in middle school, high school, however old, just there are people to talk to. If you don't have like a good stable home life, there are people at the school
who do care about you,
that will talk to you. That they will talk to you. They will understand you. They will understand, and honestly, there's also something that like if you talk to a teacher, they can't like tell anybody else. It's like it's confidential. Some of the stuff.
Yeah. With like my bullying, I was lucky enough to be, I wasn't popular, but I also wasn't, I guess, bullied or at the bottom. I was just kind of like in the middle or whatever. So I would say I was fortunate enough, but there was one instance when my YouTube channel, I was in 6th grade. People found out about it, and at my school, because I've always wanted to do YouTube, they found out about my videos. And so they started sharing them while I was in class. And I could just hear my voice, and everybody was laughing at all my videos, and they just kept playing them throughout the day.
And they're looking at you too, probably.
Yeah, and every class I went to, somebody would be in there to play that video. And that was for like maybe, I would say like 4 days. Well, finally I had enough. And I would try to like play it off and be like, guys, like that's so funny, like whatever. But it was tearing me down. And so unfortunately I went home and I deleted all the videos, which I'm so sad about now because I would have loved to watch them. And I just remember just being so ashamed. And that was only like 4 days. I mean, people still brought it up or whatever throughout high school, middle school, but it wasn't to the extent. It wasn't even that crazy. But I can say now, look at me, guys.
Yeah.
Y'all's bullying didn't stop me.
Yeah.
But there's also other like things that happened in school where there was this one kid who I wish now, like I would have done something knowing what I know, where he really liked me. He had a major crush on me. It was not a secret, but he was one of those kids that people deemed as weird or whatever. Again, I did air quotes. And, he was just always the like butt of the joke. And since he had a crush on me, he would do like things like one time we were in class and he circled. Okay, guys, this sounds like a movie, but this really did happen. I don't even know what I did in the moment. But anyway, he had people like lined up in a circle and drug me into the circle with him. And he started singing, "You Are My Sunshine." That you are
this
my
was in
sunshine.
middle school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were in 7th grade. Me being me, I'm awkward as heck. Like I don't even know what I did. Like I probably laughed, but at the same time was like trying not to like embarrass him, but people like loved to make fun of him and
act like they were his friends probably to make fun of him also.
Yes, it was so sad. And I wish I knew now, like I should have said something like stood up for him or whatever. And there's just a bunch of times that I should have done something and I just didn't. And I regret that so much. It's not that I engaged in the like making fun of him or whatever.
But you also have to think like you can't, like an average middle schooler isn't going to stand up for somebody too. You know, you also have to think like you were young. Like you couldn't. Like, I
didn't understand the extent to what. And now I just wish I did. Yeah. Because I know he probably had so much hurt.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Madeline. Okay. Well, it's rough. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I was in my angry stage, like I had a lot of hurt on me. I was being bullied and I was trying to be cool too. And I would end up I don't want to say that I was bullying people, but I was mean. I was mean to people that like didn't need to.
But it was because you had your own hurt.
Yeah.
So
it's mental health. This all stems from mental health, I think. Like, and there's not a clear cut answer to it and an answer to fix it. Like you just can't fix bullying. Bullying sucks. I don't know. Just mental health is. I don't know. I don't really know what else to talk about, man.
Yeah, I am sorry, guys. I did not think I was gonna cry. Try not to do this in the future, but I just get so worked up.
Yeah.
Because you never know what is going on in someone's life, whether it be a social media person, somebody you've never met before, just a random person who went viral on TikTok. Like, why do people have to be hateful?
I don't know.
There are certain things that I get you have to point out. Like if that girl throwing a turtle in the water, like that wasn't really bullying. That was them calling her out for doing something she needed to be taught. Like, hey, don't do that.
People didn't need to be so mean to her.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's, you probably said this earlier this podcast, but I don't know. But just be kind. That's all you have to do is be kind. And I don't know how I can just change somebody just to be kind, but
you can't, but you just have to try to. You
have to work on yourself to be kind.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But something that you guys could take away from this is being people, if you are young and still in school, being people who were once there. I wish I would have been that person. If I saw someone sitting alone at lunch, that I went over there.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I have a lot of hurt for the things that I wish I would have done.
I know. I love you. Okay.
So, yeah. If you see that person, finish my thought. You know what I'm going to say.
If you see that person, just be their friend. Just be people's friends. Be nice to people. It's not the end of the world if you have to change yourself just a little bit to be nice. Just be nice to somebody. It could change their life. It really could.
Yeah. Also, not to mention the nerds that people make fun of, they end up being your boss. Yep. I'm sure you've heard that before. Those smart kids or whoever. Yeah.
You're going to end up working for them.
Maybe. I don't know. You could.
Just got to be nice to people.
Yeah. And if you are being bullied, just know that these people will not be in your life forever. You're going to move away. They might move away. Whatever. Most likely you are not going to be in these people's life forever. Mm-mm. So this is just a phase.
It's temporary.
Yes. So again, if you go off to college, college is nothing like high school.
Mm-mm.
Bullying, I mean, I'm sure it happens, but you don't. You find your people.
Yeah, my college experience, never had bullies, but I also hung out with 2 or 3 people
because you found your friends.
Exactly. So just whenever you do go to college, if you guys do go to college, I wouldn't stress out too much because yes, bullying can happen, but I think that's more of just in frats or fraternities, sororities. I was never in one, so I couldn't tell you if that's a for sure thing. But whenever you go to college, people are just there for themselves. They're there to work and just kind of not succeed in the world. Cause I don't think you need to go to college to succeed, but I think they're there to work on themselves too. Mm-hmm. They're not there to bully people. They're there because of them.
Hopefully. But find your people and, it will get better if that's going on in your life right now. It will get better. And you do have people who care about you.
You do. You do. Absolutely. 100%. Okay. You ready to call it off?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. If you guys want to follow us on Instagram, I don't know if you're going to be able to click a link on our Instagrams or something, but our Instagrams are AXMADELINE, AXSteven. Just remember to be kind to each other. It's not hard. Just be nice. Try to, if you need to change to be nice, be nice. I don't know. I also don't want to tell people to change themselves either, but I'd rather you guys be nice than be mean. I don't know. Anyways, how do we do this outro? Just later?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
We're
still working on the podcast thing, as you can tell.
We'll see you guys in the next episode.